So thank you so much for joining me today, Jeff, for this conversation and for sharing your experience with the Reset Your Energy program with me today. So why don't we get started with you telling us who you are and what your business is?
Well, I'm Jeff Davis. I'm a business attorney with Davis and Burns, and I focus mostly on small businesses in terms of dealing with startups and all the different things that come with that, general counsel services and litigation. So, at least especially on the litigation side, there's quite a lot of pressure and quite a lot of stress that I deal with on a day-to-day basis, and um, kind of leads me to us and the relationship that we've built as a result.
Yes, thank you so much. Yeah, just tell us, how did you, what made you want to get started with Reset Your Energy? And what was your situation at the time when you began the program and we started working together? What were you struggling with the most?
Well, it's funny because I wouldn't say that there was a that my focus here was coming to you with a significant challenge per se. It was actually coming to you as part of a path towards self-improvement and self-awareness and self-care, because I had come to the realization in the year or so before that, really focusing on meditation and trying to understand it more, reading a lot, trying to understand more about self-care and how that really plays into anybody's role as a business owner or just day-to-day life in general, whether or not you're a business owner. And it was because of that path and that journey, I saw this as a great opportunity to learn from an expert and to get some professional guidance that was really going to complement me in my path and my journey. So that's why I came to you, because I wanted to do the Reset Your Energy program, because I felt it would be a really great way to complement what I was already focusing on and really get at least some validation or understanding as to whether or not I was doing things the right way, which is in and of itself another conversation, as I'm sure you know, and I've already talked about that way too much. But I really felt it was something that I was looking for more guidance and more expertise, looking to understand a little bit more about the core principles and techniques and methods and methodologies behind meditation and breathing and mastering yourself. Because if there's anything I've learned in my career and in the success stories that I have, as well as the disaster stories that I have in litigation, it's that the person who's really able to master themselves is the person that comes out on top, really almost every single time. Because if you're able to control your emotional response, you're able to control and understand your physical reaction and your emotional reaction and how those play into really everything in life, then you're able to have productive conversations and make good, wonderful, successful things happen as a result.
Yes, that is so true. And that's just an exciting journey to be on, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very, very exciting. And I can't tell you enough how thankful I am for this relationship. I mean, I know we met under interesting circumstances through Wedsy, and we've been working together in one capacity as lawyer and client. But I have gotten so much from our relationship and learned so much from you, that it's really become this great mutually beneficial type of relationship that I didn't quite anticipate, at least in the way that it's culminated into to date. I imagined that it was going to be a rewarding experience, and I wanted to learn about you and learn from you, and as I do with clients in general.
Mhm.
Which is one of the reasons I like working with businesses. And not to plug myself on any level here, but the point is that I imagine there would be good things to come from this, just intuitively speaking and based on what I do, and could not have seen this and what it has become today, because I view you very much as an expert in terms of really understanding at least what it is that I want from myself without me being able to necessarily articulate it. You've helped me so much during these sessions get back to and understand what it is to be grounded, what it means to have your feet on the ground, your connection to the earth, the world you live in, what it means to be present, understanding the power of your breathing, and I've been able to do something that I did not think was possible. Be able to sit still and breathe and work through something without there being any particular agenda, but always some sort of general intention. And I felt that that was a very powerful lesson for me to really sit there and 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 feel that. I didn't think I would be able to do that for 5 minutes at a time, and then to do it for the length of time that we did. I can't. I don't even know how long the sessions were, but I imagine they were at least 30 to 45 minutes or an hour at the most. And I just remember thinking to myself, especially after the first session, wow, I never thought I'd be able to do that, to be that kind of person who's able to sit there and feel like I also accomplished so much just from being. And and that is one of the things that I would tell people in terms of why they should uh, be interested in working with you and be interested especially in the Reset Your Energy program, because I think it's something that um, that people need in their life. One of the things that I really loved about working with you and continuing to work with you is that you're clearly a guide. Your presence, your guidance, the way you help me into self-realization was not a forced situation at all. It was something that came natural. It complemented and and capitalized on the things that I was trying to explore or articulate or understand or feel. And it's a very non-intrusive process. It's a lot simpler than one can possibly imagine, but simplicity is not something that comes easy to most people. It's not something that has always come easy to me, for sure. But when you take life in terms and appreciate it for its simplicity and try to break yourself down and become the most simplistic elements of yourself, it really it really helps you just to appreciate the world in a different perspective, become more productive, and feel more balanced. So what I really liked, again, it was your simple, clear, guiding, and gentle approach, and it really has just changed me within. Now that change doesn't necessarily stay with you forever. You have to work on it like everything else good in life. You have to be consistent about it. And there were some inconsistencies with things that I did where I should have been a little bit more active in terms of in terms of being consistent with everything for some period of time. But I really did feel the benefits, and I have tools that I feel I can walk away with now that I can always come back to. So it's okay to fail. It's okay to not be this master of meditation every single day, 24/7, because that's not realistic. It's okay not to be perfect. It just matters that you show up, and when you show up, that's a wonderful, powerful opportunity for growth and self improvement. And I'm very thankful for you for that, because you really helped me understand that.
Mm. Thank you, Jan. That's just so wonderful because it is really about showing up, right? I always say showing up always shines. And trusting the process, because we never know what we're getting into or what we're receiving, because the beauty of this practice is we always get what we need, not what we want. And so reflecting back on our time together, what aspects of the program did you enjoy the most?
Uh, I mean, it was extremely easy. I like that it was just such an easy process. You make it easy because you provide some general structure and outline without, again, forcing anything upon anyone. It's a matter of just being present, working on your breathing, focusing on a single technique, not being overwhelmed. And then maybe the next lesson, next session, it's here's another way to explore yourself, your breathing, how to get grounded when you're feeling stressed, when you're feeling overwhelmed. Um, so, I mean, I just really, I really appreciate all the tools that that you've provided, and your approach to this has been structured and simple. It's I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. It's just really just, you have to try it out. You have to do it. You have to be dedicated, and because you owe it to yourself, but really do it. Really do it. And I can tell, I can attest to this completely, and let anyone know this, that if you really put yourself into it and give it a shot and work on the things that you have learned on a week to week basis, then in a matter of a month or so, you're going to see life-changing, I believe, life-changing results. I think that the program can guarantee that, but it depends on you, the participant. So you need to take it seriously, not too seriously, because life shouldn't be taken too seriously, but give it the attention it deserves, so that you can see the most out of it. And I think it will change your life.
And in what way concretely has it changed your life, Jeff?
Well, I deal with people that are quite combative. In litigation, you're dealing with a lot of aggressive people. You're dealing with aggressive clients, aggressive attorneys, aggressive judges at times, people that are also coming into the mix as well. I think that having that control over your breath, having that control over yourself, makes you, or at least makes me, better able to deal with those people. It allows me to understand things in terms of being a little bit more compassionate and understanding where they're coming from. It allows me to provide answers and provide solutions that are simple and straightforward, because I'm not cluttering my mind with a million thoughts. I allow myself to be present and let the right solutions come to me, and take my time with things, rather than rushing anything in the process of dealing with clients or whoever it may be on the other side of the table, so to speak.
Yeah.
So it's through that. I mean, in that way, I definitely have seen the results, and I've seen actual success from just pacing myself and being grounded, and working through these enormous to-do lists and stressful situations in a much more productive and mindful way.
That's wonderful, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
Makes a real difference in how we show up in life, right?
Oh, absolutely. How you show up, how you wake up at times is really going to make a difference. I mean, I can say that one of the things I like to do is wait. First of all, I love waking up. It means things have started out already great. But I like waking up and making meditation and making breathing part of my morning ritual, because it gives you a very calm way to take control of the day ahead, and prepare yourself for pretty much anything that's going to come your way.
That is so true.
Yeah.
Thank you. In just, one or two words, what's your greatest takeaway from this Reset Your Energy experience?
I feel like there's a lot of things. One or two words: becoming self-aware, understanding what self-control and self-improvement mean, and learning how to make your daily breath one of the most powerful tools that you have in existence, or probably will ever have, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. And sometimes it's one breath at a time, isn't it?
Yes. I read somewhere actually recently that that your breath is that one of those few things that you have, at least in your system, where it's voluntary and involuntary at the same time. So there's a lot of things that can happen with your breath through the course of the day. If you're not aware of those things, sometimes your breath controls you, not the other way around. And having that self-control through the tools that you educate people about, and you train people in, is really a great way to just help you approach those different situations that otherwise affect you, and take it with a sense of control rather than being controlled by it, if that made sense. That was a little convoluted, but
no, it makes perfect sense. No, and the thing is,
Wonderful.
what would you like people to know about Reset Your Energy? What do you think do they need to know?
Oh, uh, what people need to know about Reset Your Energy is you're going to get the most out of it if you put them put as much of yourself into it as possible. And so you really are going to get what you put in. Like anything else that's good and worth doing, it's not going to just be you attend a course or you attend a program and your life is suddenly going to just be different from one day to the next. You have to practice these things and make these habits and these tools part of your daily existence, which is not a tough or demanding thing to really ask. It's just asking you to take care of yourself and do what you can for yourself, um, in terms of being healthier and more sound of mind and body. So you get what you put in, like most anything else, I guess, right? Unless you're just winning the lotto, which good for you if you do.
That's true. And just one final question. How has this experience shaped your perception of self-care?
Um, self-care isn't about working out every day necessarily, unless that's something that you want to do. But I guess the reason I bring that up is a lot of people think self-care is a difficult thing that involves extraordinary discipline from day to day, like such as losing weight or becoming more in shape. I mean, those are things that you can do over time if you're patient and persistent and consistent. So what this has really taught me is that you can change a couple things in a very small way consistently and see tremendous impact and consequence in all aspects of your life. Being more specific with this program and with what you do and what you teach is, if you take those tools, which aren't they should not be something that's going to cause you anxiety or stress. They're small tweaks to things that you instinctively should know how to do anyways on some level. And and as long as you practice those things and make those little tweaks in your life, you're going to see a tremendous ripple effect within all aspects of everything that you do. So it's going back to my last point. You're going to get what you put in, but it doesn't have to be so much that you're putting into this. It's just minor tweaks every day.
Thank you so much, Jeff. And I can't wait to see where these minor tweaks in your everyday are going to lead you on your path, on your journey, and also on your success. So thank you so
I
much
appreciate that.
for joining me and for having this conversation with me today.
Well, thank you as always. And I look forward to seeing you soon, hopefully for our next session.
Okay, thank you, Jeff.